Welcome to client counseling session of Techno India University. I am Assistant Professor Srijani Ghosh, representing the Department of Legal Science. Next slide. So what is client counseling? So I'll be talking about introduction to client counseling rules and regulations. So basically client counseling is for the benefit of to understand a particular client, how to deal or tackle their problems, giving them proper remedies in a brief or short time period. Next slide. So basically it helps to get to know their problem and answer it in short time period, so that you don't lose upon your clients and you get to get onto the solutions immediately, so you are competitive on your part, like as we have a lot of competitions like for the advocates who are practicing, so hence it helps you to stand out of the crowd. Next slide. So the judging standards, basically how ethical, how professional you are, how well you can conclude on your points, and how you analyze the particular problem. That means how you give the remedy immediate and effective conclusion upon the particular problem, so that you don't lose upon your client, and the work ambience is also maintained along with proper ethics, like you don't disclose the problem, because we come to have a lot of problems of the company, so it does not get leaked out and you get onto the immediate solution. Next slide. So generally the rules are like each law school should have can come to this competition with only one team, which may consist of 2 students. Dress code, obviously whatever the official dress code is of the lawyers, that is black pant, white shirt, rather formal wear of an advocate's uniform. Participants shall not reveal their affiliation to their college in any way, like obviously because you are representing counsel or the client, so the representation should not be revealed as from which college you are in, because that isn't necessary. You're just representing on the counsel or the client part. So, and student pursuing law courses, either it's 3-year or 5-year or LLM, shall only be allowed to participate, and the theme of the competition will already be given to you in advance. Next slide. So again, then we come to the preliminary rounds where we get to select, because obviously all the invited teams will be made to participate, and from them we will have a preliminary round where we can select the semi-final round participants, and then we move on to final. So preliminary round rules is like each team in the preliminary round will have a total of 35 minutes. This will be divided into client consultation period and post-interview. Client consultation period is basically when a particular client is coming down to you and describing the problem, and after that obviously the judges will interview you in that particular 35 minutes time period, that on what way you could have better dealt with the situation, or what you thought, or like how did you put in the remedies, by what basis you have came into the resulting that that particular remedy should be given to him, why not that. So whatever the thing, then the client consultation period shall be followed by post-interview period. As I mentioned, client consultation period explained, and at the end of the client consultation period, the client shall leave the consultation group, and the post-interview period is 10 minutes. That is 25 minutes will be for the client consultation, and post-interview period will be 10 minutes, which total sums up to 35 minutes. So it's on the discretion of the team to be decided as how will they share their work, in what basis. It's a teamwork process, so it's like they will decide that how much they will speak for whatever introduction round. Next slide. The teams may use a part of this post-interview period to explain their future work, or maybe in the next meeting how they will tackle their client. 2 preliminary rounds shall be conducted. Each team will get 2 chances to perform, after which they can only qualify to the semi-final round based on their point system. And further, the points will be allotted in the preliminary rounds will be added to the top 4 ranks qualifying for the semi-final round. In case of tie purses, like if 2 teams are scoring the same marks or the same points, then there will be a tiebreaker round, which is known as the team scoring marks on the legal knowledge, or as they are well informed about case laws succumbing to this. So that will be taken by the judge, and after which the best team will qualify to the semi-final round. In case the tie still persists, then the next criteria will be client handling abilities, like how well they have been handling the client, or how cool they have kept their client, because a client with problems, when he is facing some problem or aggression, so he tends to be restless. So hence it's like how well we handle the client. So if a tie still persists, the marks on the tied teams will be compared with respect to the following points in the judging standards until either of the team come out as a clear winner. Next slide. Then in the semi-final round, so after the preliminary rounds, the top 4 teams will qualify to the semi-final rounds. There will be 2 consultation rooms, out of which 1 team from each consultation room shall qualify for the final round. That means from 4 teams, we'll have 2 teams qualifying for the final round, and the team who's scoring highest points in the preliminary round shall be paired with the teams having the lowest points. So this is the combination we are going to keep. So in the semi-final round, the same time period as was allowed in the preliminary, that is 25 minutes and 10 minutes, which makes it on to 35 minutes again given to each.
Hello, sir. We welcome you to our firm. We are very glad that you have come to us in this situation of despair. We apologize because the session had to be conducted online because of an unforeseen event. I am Ashmita, your senior counsel for today, and this is Joita, your junior counsel. I hope you have gone through the fee structure that had been emailed to you beforehand.
Yes, I have received the fee structure, and let me know you, it is not an money is not an issue for this matter. I just want to get a divorce.
Have you approached any other counsel before approaching us?
Yes, I have approached actually senior solicitor before, but it is not a pleasant experience, so I have come here.
Okay, we won't disappoint you. And just before we begin, I would like to let you know that this, whatever you share with us, would be kept private and confidential, so you can trust with this. And further, you can state your concerns.
Thank you. I am in serious need of your help. I want to file a divorce suit against my wife after 5 years of married life.
I understand. Can you please tell me what made you to this decision?
Well, there have been huge radical changes in my wife's behavior. She has become indifferent and rude towards me and my elderly parents. In fact, she left our home more than 6 months ago, and we had no contact since then.
I see. Has she given any indication as to why she's behaving this way?
Yes, she sent me a WhatsApp message stating that she wants to end our marriage and live her life in her own way. She has even denied me the opportunity to see our daughter.
So, has there been any demands or any claims from your wife's side during this time?
Uh, yes, she is demanding all the assets that she received during our marriage, but the problem is she has a habit of keeping illicit relations with other men.
I understand the situation. It seems there are several issues that need to be addressed here. We will need to gather some more information. Have you considered marriage counseling or mediation before seeking a divorce?
Uh, I haven't yet, but I am open to exploring all the possible options. However, given her action, I am not sure if she would be willing to participate.
Okay, we will assess the best possible outcomes for you. And if you could please help us gather some information or evidence so that we could support this case.
I will do my best. I just want what's best for our daughter and to ensure a fair resolution for both the parties.
As your counsels, we will guide you throughout the legal process and provide you with the support you need all throughout.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear. I have been concerned about the impact of this on our daughter.
Your concern for your daughter's well being is commendable. In cases like these, the court's primary consideration is the best interest of the child.
Hmm. That would be a relief. I want to maintain a meaningful relationship with my daughter and ensure that she is a stable upbringing.
Well, that's a proactive approach, and we would also explore the other ways like mediation and arbitration resolution methods to reach a more mutually stable agreement so that there are less conflicts, and that would be best for your daughter.
I am willing to consider mediation if it can lead to a fair resolution. However, given my wife's behavior, I am not sure if she will open to that option.
It's understandable to have concerns about the other party's willingness to participate. We can discuss the feasibility of mediation based on the specific circumstances of your case. If it's not a viable option, we will proceed with something else.
I trust your expertise. Your guidance has been invaluable so far.
Thank you for your trust in us. We won't disappoint you. We would outline the best possible outcomes for you, and we can schedule a further meeting so that we can line up the evidences gathered and we can discuss the further steps.
I look forward to our next meeting. Thank you again.
You're welcome. We'll work towards a resolution that provides a better future for you and your daughter.
How do you think today's session went?
I think the session was very fruitful.
Yeah, the client was really open and he dealt with the situation really well, even in tough times.
Yeah. Now, as soon as we get the detailed evidence and the documentation from our client side, we may draft a notice and send it to the opposing party.
Yes, and for immediate relief, we can just file a petition for the custody of the child with the visitation rights, interim visitation rights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This case has aspects like cruelty and desertion from the side of the wife, which fall under the ambit of Section 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act.
Yeah. It also has the provision of section number 497 of the Indian Penal Code, which basically talks about the illicit relationship. So if he could prove that, we could apply that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this sums up our session quite nicely today.
Yeah. Okay.